Hey everybody, it is Latasha Martin and I am the Chief Career Agent at Von Spice Solutions. So if this is the first time seeing me on video, what I would love for you to do is just go ahead and click on the share button, not necessarily that you need to share, but that you would be able to find this message if you can't listen to the whole thing right now. So the reason I wanted to jump on today is because I know that there are a ton of people offering a whole bunch of Black Friday specials. And I know earlier in the week, you saw a little static picture of me with saying Black Friday specials. But today I wanted to speak on something that was near and dear to my heart because many years ago, when I was working my full-time job, oh my gosh, I think this is when I was working my full-time job, one of the things that kind of put me and got me distracted was the fact that I was striving and yearning so bad to have like my own business one day. Now, this wasn't my last job. It was the job before that. And so my whole thing of having employment was like, I don't want to work for nobody. I want to have my own business. I want to be the boss. I want to be the CEO. That was what I was saying to myself. And so in 2002, I left my job. I started a business like many of us do. I started this business and thought I knew what I was doing until I realized it was just an expensive hobby because although I loved the work, I wasn't making any money. And so then at one point, my husband was like, okay, Latasha, I know that you have a passion to help people, but you need to help our family and you need to go get a job. And when I tell you that was a crushing conversation, it really was. It was a crushing conversation because I was like, I know he was my supporter. He doesn't understand just one more seminar and I could make it work. And so I went back into the corporate world and I had this plan in my mind that I was going to leave as soon as I got myself back together. Well, what happened was I found a job that I loved. I started working with some really great people. I was making enough money to support my family. And I still had this side hustle that I would do from time to time. And I will actually call it, I was parallelpreneuring. But even in that season, something that I realized was I would be talking about my side business. I would be investing in coaches. I would be investing in systems, but it would make enough to do what it had to do. And I really didn't have a desire through that time frame to go back out on my own until I just felt like God was calling me to do it differently this time. And so in 2015, I left the job that I enjoyed. I left people that I love working with, and I went out to open my business up for the second time full time. So what was different this time? Well, what was different this time is I had learned a lot of things about a lot of different systems and processes. But to be honest with you, when I left this time, I really only left to be obedient and to try not to be a hustle person, meaning that I'm constantly working, running around, and my life would get out of intentions or what most people would call out of balance. But when I left my job, what I realized was I thought I was going to help individuals, but I wound up helping businesses, small businesses, some large businesses, and even my last employer. I spent a lot of time helping them as well. And so like about, I want to say a couple months ago, what I realized is I joined a networking group that had a lot of other small business owners in it. And what I realized is there was many people who were in this networking group, and I was meeting people who kept saying, oh my gosh, Latasha, I want to quit my job and I want to do what you're doing. And the first thing you will hear me say often when somebody says that to me is, I will tell them, don't you quit your day job. Do not quit your day job. Make sure that you really understand what you need to do and what the real consequence is if you just quit your day job without a plan. And so although I would say that to a number of people, some would listen, some do not, because they get caught up in the hype. They see other people quitting their jobs on Periscope and quitting their jobs on Facebook and quitting their jobs, and they just are so excited about that. But then shortly thereafter, they have this shame that comes across them, and they feel like I got to go get another job, and it's a failure because I tried to do the dream, or it's not making enough money, or I'm hustling all my vacation days away, and all of these things. And what I discovered is, you know, as I began to work with some smaller businesses, and when I'm saying smaller business, I mean people who have a full-time job and they're doing something on the side, or a person who's quit their day job and they're in the beginning phases, that there are some simple things you could do to be successful. So let's fast forward to where I am today. Today, my business It's doing pretty good. I mean, I have been in business for 3 years full time. Does it go through its hills and valleys? It absolutely does. But what I know that's different this time is I have a clear strategy, I have processes in place, and I recognize the value of connecting with people, whether they're direct employees or partners in the business, so that I can make sure that my offer is good and clear, and I can always provide great service. And so why am I sharing this today as I'm talking about Black Friday? Well, the reason I'm sharing this today is because recently I launched a program called the Small Boost Camp. And it is a 3-week virtual class. Now, you might be saying to yourself, how would that even help me? And how is that different than a lot of the other programs that are out there? Well, let me begin with why is it different? The reason it's different is that within those 3 weeks, I literally help you to understand how you should set your business up correctly from a legal standpoint and using some technology so that you can do the simple things that you need to do. Grow your customers and work smarter and not harder. Make sure that you understand who your customer is and how do you pitch to your customer. And then how do you package all these things so that you're very intentional with your business? And instead of going this way and that way, you understand the purpose of your business, whether it is a side business or it's a business that you strive to do full time. I help you to walk through that process. So within the time frame that you're in this class, if you do the work, I almost can guarantee that within a few months after being in this class, you can see a return on your investment. Now, if you pay attention in the class and you do the work immediately, I know that you can get a return on your investment even while you're in the class. Now, how do I know this? Because the people who were in my last class, a couple of them had already talked to me about, for example, one person said, I have confidence now on if I want to offer some other services, or if I'm thinking about moving into a different location, why would it make sense for me? The other person said to me that now they are able to confidently offer their price and their value for their service without feeling uncomfortable or feeling like they need to reduce their price right away, as if that's the only option. So I really want to share this with you because I am offering it at a promotional price. And what I will do for you is I will actually put the link for this price. This class is usually $447, and I'm just giving the prices out there, which is nothing. And there is a Black Friday promotion where I should know the price of this class. I should know it. It's a lot less. It's about $327, I think it is. But what's even more exciting about this class is I'm doing something that's different. You don't have to pay for the whole class today. When you go on and you click on the link that you'll see in just a moment, let me see if I get the right link. Yep, if you click on that link, then what you'll notice is if you want to register and lock in your spot for this class, all you really need to do is put a deposit down for $97. Now, what is $97? Well, for some of you, you probably drink that in Starbucks. For others of you, you eat out on that amount. And what I'm saying to you is that if you are a person who really wants to have a successful business, what I learned really early in this process is the most successful people invest in themselves so that they don't have to learn on their own. And like I did in 2002, fail tremendously and feel like they have to go back to a job as a compromise. What it also helps you to do is say, you know what, if I make this investment in myself and I do have a desire to transition out of my corporate job into doing my side business full time, that what does that look like for me to do it so that I don't have the experience of a lot of my friends? Now, let me just explain one more thing. When I talk to you in this class, it is really customized to what it is that you want out of it. We give you templates, we give you tools, we give you processes and systems. But what I do share with people is that when you're beginning, we want you to spend as little as possible on the right tools for your business. I mean, as little as possible. So if there is a free solution, we offer it there. But if you're one of those people who feel scared of technology and you're like, oh my goodness, she is crazy. I know Tasha, and she always has a gadget. I will tell you, I have simplified and made sure that the technology that we're offering, we will help you walk through it, or we can even offer you additional programming where we can support you to use it. And all you have to do is manage things. We can help set things up in the back end if you want to continue to work with us. So this is one of the things that's really one of my passion projects. I hope that the next time I see someone who says to me, Latasha, I want to do what you do. I want to be a CEO like you. I want to be a boss like you. That I hope that you register for this class, because one of the other things I realized is there are people who talk about stuff and then there's people who get stuff done. I hope that you're the latter. And I hope that if you have a desire to run a successful small business, that you'll at least check us out. This is a minimal investment and you will get the value. As much as you put the work in, that's as quickly as you'll see the value. So this is Latasha Martin, the Chief Career Agent at Boostcamp Solutions, and I hope that you join us on our Small Business Boost Camp. It will be starting in early December, so that if you set your business up right, you can actually write this off as an expense. So have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Any questions, inbox those, but you can inbox me and I can give you additional questions, or we can set up a quick 15-minute call and I can give you more information about the program. I hope that you have a happy Thanksgiving, and I hope if you're one of those people looking for ways to invest in Black Friday spend, that you'll invest in yourself if you desire to have a business. Or if you know somebody that wants a business, this would be a great Christmas gift. We offer gift certificates too. Have a great day. Bye-bye.